ça n'ira pas en Égypte, ça n'ira pas au Soudan, ça n'ira pas au Tchad, ça n'ira pas partout, en Algérie, partout. Freedom Africa! Freedom Africa! Freedom Africa! Freedom Africa! Kagame is killing in Congo! Kagame is killing in Congo! Kagame is killing in Congo! Tout doit s'arrêter et nous devons prendre conscience en Afrique. Nous devons nous relever, nous devons prendre notre destin. Cette génération est différente de toutes les générations. Nous devons nous prendre en charge, agir maintenant. Maintenant pour changer les destins de l'Afrique. Et ça nous appartient. Si nous ne le faisons pas aujourd'hui, demain, nous serons de vraies cibles. On va nous marcher dessus. L'Afrique doit se relever et l'Afrique doit être ensemble. Nous ne devons pas jouer au jeu de politiciens malveillants. Nous ne devons pas jouer au jeu de politiciens malveillants. Nous devons agir. Nous devons barrer la route à tous ceux qui veulent balkaniser le Congo, à tous ceux qui veulent faire fléchir les Congolais. Nous devons...
Et donc, et le Congo a besoin de tout le monde, tout comme tous les autres pays de l'Afrique. Les Africains doivent être ensemble, doivent travailler ensemble pour construire une Afrique forte. Et l'Afrique doit être unie. Et nous devons dire en même temps que cette Afrique doit être indépendante. Nous n'avons pas besoin des dirigeants qui doivent nous être dictés, depuis les capitales occidentales. L'Afrique a besoin des élections libres partout. Partout, l'Afrique a besoin de dirigeants qui soient capables de penser à l'avenir de l'Afrique. Et donc, si nous ne le faisons pas aujourd'hui, nous devons prendre conscience, nous devons nous relever, nous devons faire tout pour changer cette situation. Les femmes, à chaque fois que je vous parle, je pense à tous les enfants qui meurent dans mon pays, au Congo-Kinshasa. Je pense à tous les prisonniers politiques de partout, Venezuela, partout, de Madagascar, partout, du Tchad, du Ghana, de partout, partout en Afrique. Tout le monde, on doit se battre pour la liberté. La liberté n'a pas de prix. Et nous devons tous agir. Nous devons tous mettre la main dans la pâte. Société civile, opposants politiques, nous devons nous mettre ensemble. Et des gens consciencieux du pouvoir, nous devons nous mettre ensemble. Les États-Unis d'Amérique, l'Union européenne, vous ne devenez pas complices de cette situation. On est en train de tuer devant vos nœuds. On est en train de tuer. La situation aujourd'hui, vous parlez des migrants aux États-Unis. Vous parlez des migrants en Europe. Je vais vous dire que la situation est liée. Tant que ça n'ira pas en Afrique, cette situation va perdurer. On ne peut pas résoudre un problème en cherchant à s'attaquer aux causes, aux effets. Il faut s'attaquer aux causes. Les vrais problèmes, ce sont les perturbations de pays africains. Ce sont les perturbations qui créent toute cette situation. Et donc, nous devons nous prendre en charge et agir. Kagame est un tueur et nous devons tous les condamner. Nous attendons de la communauté internationale des actions concrètes. Maintenant que nous avons parlé du sommet des États-Unis, de revoir leur politique extérieure, de réajuster les tirs. Aujourd'hui, la politique internationale est en train de se reconfigurer et c'est une occasion pour l'Afrique. C'est une occasion pour l'Afrique d'imposer des règles, de changer des règles au niveau international et nous vous disons merci.
Merci.
Freedom for Africa! Freedom for all around the world! Freedom for all around the world! I am from Senegal and my name is Racine Diagne. I'm speaking on behalf of all Senegalese people. Je vais parler en français. Je m'appelle Racine Diagne. Je parle au nom de tous les Sénégalais et de tous les Africains. Nous sommes ici aujourd'hui derrière l'aiguille de la Maison Blanche. Nous sommes aujourd'hui derrière l'aiguille de la Maison Blanche ici aux États-Unis pour faire part au monde du problème qui existe en Afrique. L'Afrique est
est mal partie. L'Afrique n'a que des dictateurs. L'Afrique n'a que des dirigeants corrompus. Et nous sommes là aujourd'hui pour faire face au monde entier, pour leur faire croire que ces dirigeants que le président américain est en train de recevoir ne le méritent pas. Le peuple africain souffre. L'Afrique du Nord au Sud, l'Afrique de l'Est à l'Ouest, toute l'Afrique souffre. Que vous soyez au Mozambique, que vous soyez en République centrafricaine, que vous soyez au Congo, que vous soyez au Sud-Soudan, que vous soyez au Mali, l'Afrique souffre. L'Afrique souffre de ses dirigeants. Le peuple africain est malade. Et il est aujourd'hui temps que nous, société civile africaine et citoyens africains, nous ferons face à cela. Excusez-moi, il fait très frais actuellement ici. C'est la raison pour laquelle le micro est en train de grelotter. Mais aujourd'hui, au Sénégal, la liberté individuelle est bafouée. Les journalistes sont emprisonnés pour le simple fait d'exercer leur métier, ce qui est inadmissible au Sénégal. Macky Sall, qui est actuellement le dirigeant ou le leader ou le président de l'Union africaine, ne le mérite pas. Ne le mérite pas. Parce qu'aujourd'hui au Sénégal, nous étions un pays démocratique. Aujourd'hui, on a eu des reculs sur tous les plans, sur le plan démocratique. Et aujourd'hui, nous n'accepterons pas qu'un troisième mandat se fasse au Sénégal. Le Sénégal, on a que limité les mandats à 2 mandats. Un président ne peut exercer aucunement un troisième mandat. Et c'est pour la raison que nous voulons faire croire au monde et faire entendre nos voix aux dirigeants du monde que l'Afrique souffre. L'Afrique souffre de tout et nous vous remercions. Nous vous remercions de nous suivre et nous continuons le combat pour la justice.
Free Senegal now! Free Senegal now! Free Senegal now!
Free South Sudan!
Senegal now! Free Senegal now!
Right now, China occupied East Turkestan. They built a concentration camp, locked up 8 million people. 8 million people in the concentration camp. Women is raped, men's organ harvesting. They kill in the concentration camp, and their body is cremated. Africa right now facing China's invasion. Africa right now facing Chinese invasion. African people, African all government need to be wake up against Chinese invasion. Against Chinese invasion. Freedom for Africa! Freedom for Africa! Freedom for Africa!
Welcome here. Freedom, freedom. Freedom, freedom. Freedom, freedom. Freedom, oh, freedom. Freedom, eh, freedom. Freedom, eh, freedom. Freedom, freedom. Freedom for Africa.
Freedom for Africa.
Freedom for Sudan.
Freedom for Sudan.
Freedom for Congo.
Freedom for Congo.
Freedom for Chad.
Freedom for Chad.
Freedom for Egypt.
Freedom for Egypt.
Freedom for Rwanda.
Freedom for Rwanda.
Freedom, freedom.
Freedom, freedom.
Freedom, freedom.
Freedom, freedom.
Thank you so much. My name is Masra. I am from Chad. And as maybe many of you guys know, Chad is the cradle of the mankind. But we are like a doctor who is sick. And when a doctor is sick, this doctor needs the support of other doctors. We are here in the United States not because we want to be here. We want to go back to our countries and to make sure that democracy could become the reality in those countries. I fled Chad to be here because my people are being killed. Because my people are requesting democracy and justice, they are killed. So the same family, the Deby family, is leading the country for almost 35 years now. We moved from Deby the father to Deby the son. And almost
Over 2,000 people are arrested, more than 300 killed, over 200 missing people, and here we are, he's invited here in the United States. So we would like the American people to understand that we are human beings, created in the image of the Almighty God too. And what we want is democracy. Nothing else, but nothing less too. So this is a struggle for human beings, dignity. So thank you so much. And freedom should become the DNA across the world. So freedom for Africa. Freedom for Africa. Freedom for Chad. Freedom for Chad. Democracy for Africa.
Muslim والمسيحي.
Democracy for Africa.
Democracy for Africa.
Liberty for Africa. Dignity for Africa. Freedom for Africa.
Freedom for Africa.
May God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Africa! Free 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 Africa!
United people can never be defeated. United people can never be defeated.
Okay. Free Africa. Free Egypt. Free Egypt. Free Egypt. Free Egypt. Free Egypt. Free South Sudan. Free Chad. Sanction for dictators. Sanction for Sisi. Sanction for Debbie. Sanction for Salva Kiir. Sanction for Macky Sall. Sanction for Kagame. Sanction for Riek Machar. Sanction for Kolkur. Sanction is what we want for dictators. Sanctions. Not red carpet. Not red carpet. Sanctions. We want...
General Sisi! Free Africa! 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 General Sisi!
Because we believe that human beings, we share common values. We are here because we believe in democracy. We are here because we think the United States could help to make sure that the darkness of dictatorship and the dynasty should never overcome the light of democracy. Many amongst us here were trained here in the United States. And what we want is to go back to our countries and to make sure that democracy becomes the reality in our countries. Yes. This is not the case. So unless Africa, 1 out of 4 human beings in the world, soon will be an African. And we would like Africa to be not only 25% of the global population, but to be able to be part of the solution of the world. This is why we are here to raise awareness. And we are a little bit surprised to see that many of the dictators in Africa are invited here. And we have questions, not only for the Biden administration, but also questions for the American people. How can we together deliver on democratic and security dividends if we continue to provide prestige, diplomatic prestige, financial support, military support to people, to leaders, where in our countries are killing our people? And these are the questions to raise awareness to make sure that democracy becomes the reality in our respective countries. Thank you so much. Free Africa, free Chad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Free Africa! Free Chad!
Can never be defeated.
as South Sudanese American, I voted for President Biden, hoping that he will do something on South Sudan. It will free South Sudanese from dictator Salva Kiir Mayardit. But unfortunately, it's not happening. That's why we are here tonight. That's why we are here today. Democracy is not only limited to the West. Democracy should be extended all over the world. Please, please sanction the banks that are enable the dictators in Africa, in South Sudan. Sanction KCB, Kenyan Bank, they are enablers. Sanction all the looters. Sanction all the dictators. Sanction those who are killing our people in a cold blood. United people never be defeated. United people will never be defeated. United people will never be defeated.
Free Africa! Free Africa! We are here to call for the American society to help us, call for the American government with all the Western powers to help us remove the dictators. All this year in the White House are no leaders. Nobody elected them. They just are self-appointed individuals. They are criminals. They are crooks. They are rapists. They are thieves. We want them to free Africa. Let them free our elections. We want them to free the press. Let them free our economy. Africa is one of the most richest continents in the world. It is the mother of the creation of the world, of the entire world. Why would Africa be poor? Africa is poor because of the poor leadership. Let the American government stop giving aid. The time aid is going to the pocket of the individual dictators. It is because the Western world that's giving the dictators and the criminals, the developmental aid, and then they diverted the aid, and they use the aid to kill the African people. We are here gathering in front of the White House to call for the American society to help us to rescue the African political leaders who are being imprisoned. Free South Sudan! Free Rwanda! Free Uganda! Free Chad! Free Nigeria! Free Somalia! Free This is the collective responsibility of all the African people. We want to be free. We need our cause. My name is John Denver, and I'm here calling the African community that we need to unite, and we need to call the world to help us remove dictators and criminals.
Wonderful.
Shame on Sisi!
My friends, I want to thank each and every one of you for honoring this call to duty, call for exercise of democracy. As my friend from Chad mentioned, we are in this country celebrating freedom that America showed that is possible to every human in the world. We are here in the front of the White House being protected by the police, by the Secret Service that protects the President of America.
Yes.
In our countries, this will never happen.
Never.
We would be shot and will be killed in large numbers. We want to share with you our stories. I, who is speaking before you, I'm a former political prisoner in South Sudan. Free political prisoners!
Free political prisoners!
Freedom for political prisoners!
Freedom for political prisoners!
I spent 2 years in jail. 2 years in jail for demanding election. I come from South Sudan, the youngest country in the world, a country that has never held elections in its history. Our president has never been elected. We want free and fair election. Free and fair election.
Free and fair election.
Free and fair election.
Free and fair election.
Free and fair elections.
Free and fair election.
Free and fair elections.
Free and fair elections.
There are thousands of other political prisoners still locked up in South Sudan,
In the Blue House.
in the most notorious prison known as the Blue House. It's a secret prison that the government does not admit to exist. We want to call attention to this situation. We have others in prison, including a pastor, a man of God, Abraham Chul. Abraham Chul is a man of God. He's in jail. He's in jail because he had a prophecy. He had a prophecy that South Sudan would be free. And that scared the dictator. Freedom for Abraham Chul.
Freedom.
Freedom for Abraham Chul.
Freedom for Africa.
South Sudan has a GDP. When we got independence, per capita was 1,500. Today, it's only 200. Poverty rate is more than 80%. At independence, it was only 50%. Our currency has lost 99% of its value. Our people are displaced. 400,000 has been killed. More are being killed. Our people are asking for freedom. Freedom for South Sudan.
Freedom for South Sudan.
We want to have a relationship not just with the American government, but with the American people. Each and every one of us here who is in the United States, many of you are American citizens. You vote in American election. We want you to send a clear message to your representatives, not to legitimize dictators. Yesterday, the African dictators were hosted for a dinner by the leaders of Congress, by McConnell and by Pelosi. They came and they had a red carpet, they drank wine, and they ate wonderful meals while our people are dying. We want freedom for South Sudan. We want freedom for Chad. We want freedom for Cameroon. We want freedom for Egypt. We want freedom for every country in Africa. We want freedom. We want free and fair elections. And we want you, the American people, to send our message to everyone, including your leaders, that we want freedom. If Biden wants democracy, he must promise to practice democracy here. And that democracy cannot just remain in America. It also is in Africa. America cannot be like China. This is what China does. China invites all the dictators to Beijing and provide them with lunch, provide them with dinners, give them access to red carpet, and give them deals so that they remain in power. China give them weapons. China give them all the tools that they use to surveil us and to keep our people hostage. We don't want America to follow the example of China by thinking relation with Africa can only be built through leaders. Our relation is a relation between the people of America and the people of Africa.
Yes.
And that relationship should be based on freedom. Freedom!
Freedom!
Africa!
Free Chad. Free South Sudan.